Koto, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are going to do a vegetarian lasagna. Now last night when I told my carnivore son this, he sort of spat out a little bit, but he's going to love this and so are you. Okay, so what we've done is we've chopped up all our veg here and we've got a real mixture of whatever we've got in the fridge, okay? So just use what you've got. I've got carrots, pumpkin, kumara, which is a sweet potato, zucchini, or what do you guys call it, courgette, and a marrow, which is kamu, yum, yum, yum. Really good with loads of butter. Red onions, and check these out. Aren't they gorgeous? These are just a purple heart cauliflower. And I got that dirt cheap from Countdown because they were hocking them off. So I think that cost me $3 for 2 of them. So we're going to cook that up. I've added some olive oil to it, and I'm going to toss lots and lots of garlic in it and throw some fresh herbs in it just to infuse all that flavour. And because there's so many veg here, I'm going to put them onto a tray, a bigger tray, to spread them out so that we don't want them to be waterlogged, we want them to be nice, roasted, brown, crispy, flavoursome. Okay, that's what we want. In the meanwhile, I've got a little bit of lasagna, my lasagna pieces, cooking in a bit of water because I don't want anything too crunchy, I want it nice and soft. And I'm going to show you how to wilt off the spinach after I've put this in the oven. Okay, I had the pot on the boil and I had some salted water in it before I added my pasta pieces, like that. Okay, if you haven't got lasagna sheets, don't worry, just use pasta. Will it matter? No, it won't at all. So I'm going to add a blob of butter just so that it won't stick, and then we can separate it later on. Maybe add a little bit more butter. Right. Now I've got a couple of veg here that I want to show you. I've got some mushrooms that I've already chopped up. I bought them chopped up because they were cheap, and I'm all into buying things that I don't have to do. And I have some tomatoes that were in the fridge that need to be used. So I'm going to add those later on because if I put these in at the same time, they're going to burn. And so in 15 minutes time, I'm going to toss around our veg and then just add these, okay, so that they can get all juicy, add a little bit more flavour to our veg and make it taste amazing. I've got just a little bit of water that I used from the pasta, and I mean a little bit, just maybe probably 2 or 3 tablespoons, and some butter. It's all about the butter here. And I'm just going to wilt my spinach. Use whatever you've got. I just happen to have a bit of spinach, so I'm going to chuck it into here now that it's all hot. Can you see that? I don't want to burn it, but I just want to cook it, and I'm just going to wilt it. It won't take long. It'll probably take maybe a couple of minutes of tossing it around, so I'll get Brooklyn to put it on that fast mode thingamajig, and you can watch me do that. Exciting. Okay, right, I'm going to let that cool down. See how much of the butter and the water it's absorbed too. See that water down here? We don't want that in our lasagna because we don't want soggy lasagna. Okay, we just want the spinach. So I'm going to let that drain for a little bit, and then I'm going to let it cool and add some ricotta cheese. So I'll show you that in a moment. So I've chucked in the ricotta cheese into here, so just a container of ricotta cheese. Okay, into here, and I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock, about that much. Oops, that's my oven telling me to check the veg, but they're fine because I've got to put the oven on, so we're good. So I'm just going to add a little bit of chicken stock to add a little bit of flavour. Okay, so that can just sit there for a bit. That's going to be one of our layers. I've got my roasting dish that I did my veg in, chucked it around and then put it onto the big tray before I chucked it into the oven. I'm going to use that. It's already got garlic oil in it and things like that. It smells great, still a bit messy, but we don't want to do dishes, do we? No, we don't. So we're going to add some of the pasta, and I'm going to get Brooklyn to just show actually no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put a bit of pasta down here, and I'm going to add some pasta sauce. I've ballsed that up. Pasta sauce first and then the pasta, okay? So she's going to put it on fast mode so that you can see what I'm doing. Yum. So I've spread it around as much as I want to. That'll do. So I'm going to wait for my veg to cook a little bit more, toss it around, add my other veggies, you know, the smaller ones that I said that I was going to add, toss it around until it's nice and roasted, and then I'll show you what that looks like next. I've used the same pot because I don't want to wash it, and that's okay. It'll be all right. I've added my butter and a little bit of garlic in here. And I've just melted it off, and I'm getting ready to make a good cheese sauce, a good, beautiful cheese sauce. So I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons, 2, maybe 3 tablespoons. My cousin keeps saying that I would use ho-hum measurements, and she's right, really. And I'm just going to cook it off for a little bit, and then slowly add my milk, okay? So Brooklyn will put it onto fast, so that you can see that process. Do you need to see this process? We've done this before, haven't we? With cheese sauce. You guys are bright people, aren't you? I'm going to add 3 cups of milk. Just because it's my family, okay? It's 3 cups of milk for me, but you'll have enough for you 4 people. As the 6 adults and leftovers for lunch. So I'm going to cook this up and let it go thick, and then I'm going to add my cheese, and I've also got some Parmesan cheese. If you've got cheese like this, just add tasty cheese, or add whatever you've got, okay? If it needs a little bit more flavour, don't forget to salt and pepper it, or add like a tablespoon of chicken stock or something like that, okay? Make it taste good. See you soon. Yum, yum, yum. Right.
Why did you add a bit more milk, Mum?
Oh, because it was a bit thick. You know, we want it to be sort of that consistency rather than like big globs of
Cheese.
yeah. So yeah. So that looks great. Right. I'm going to get everything together to show you the next step. The roast veggies look absolutely beautiful. Check those out. Can you see those? How good do they look? Yum, yum, yum. So I'm just going to distribute these over top, and Brooklyn's going to put it onto fast mode. I used to make this when the kids were little, and you know what, they never knew. I used to put everything through the food processor so that it was blended up finely, and they never knew that it was vegetarian. Because my kids are total carnivores, just like their father. The rest of the pasta, I tell you, it's not a fast recipe, but it's a good one. It's a really good one. So if you've got time in the weekend to make something like this for your family, do it. It'll take about an hour and a half all up, you know, with the prep and the cooking and things like that, but it's so worth it. And now the rest of the cheese sauce. Hubby's just gotten home. Hey, babe. Rest of the cheese sauce, and I'm going to just top it up with half a cup of cheese because we're all about cheese here. Okay, sorry for those people that are lactose intolerant. Right, look how good that looks. Flippin' yum. Yum, yum, yum. Come through, hon.
I did.
Gingerly moving past. Right, look how good that looks. Man, so good. Yum, 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 yum. And the last bit of cheese on top and straight in the oven. Okay, so within half an hour, when it's all bubbly and gooey and gorgeous, we're going to pull it out, call the whānau for dinner, and we'll show you what that looks like in a minute, eh? See you soon. Okay, that took about half an hour in the oven, and it's come out smelling absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to scoop a little bit out, and while I'm doing that, Brooklyn's going to show you all the things from our dinner that we used today that we could recycle. Okay, food for your compost, containers that can go into the recycling, soft plastics, and cardboard and glass. Okay, so don't forget to recycle everything that you can. Okay, come and have a look at this. Oh, yum. Flippin' yum. Oh, mate, that looks so good. Yum. Check that out. Mushroomy, just... Oh my gosh, I can't wait for dinner. So that is our dinner for tonight. I'm salivating. You got to try this, okay? A little bit labour intensive, but well worth it, okay? So hope you guys are well. Hope you're looking after each other. Don't forget to be kind and considerate to everybody that you're in contact with, okay? Take it easy, and we'll see you next week, eh? Ka kite anō.